alcohol spills in Rayong, alcohol permits, and unofficial marriage certificates. That's all coming up on today's Good Morning Thailand. Hello and welcome to Good Morning Thailand. I'm Jay and this is Tim.
Hi everybody, thank you very much for tuning in to Good Morning Thailand. Right. You've got a bit of an accessory going on there today.
That's right, I've decided to actually wear my glasses today.
Have you meant to wear your glasses for a while but you've just been ignoring it?
Yes, I usually wear glasses while I'm editing or working on the computer. I'm supposed to wear it all the time, but as I've felt that my vision's getting worse, I was like, okay, I need to start wearing my glasses before it gets out of hand.
But you're only like, what, -1? You're hardly a...
yes,
yeah,
I only have...
You're not really blind or
No.
anything.
I only have a problem with distance, so it's difficult for me to read signs.
Well, hopefully it might help your glasses.
Yes.
What am I saying? Hopefully it might help your driving.
Yes.
That's what I meant to say.
That's right.
Hopefully it helps with other people's driving. If you're out on the roads and you need to wear glasses, make sure you do. There's been a lot of writing in Thai media over the last couple of days about the zebra crossing incident. I think was it on Monday? And it was a 21-year-old policeman on a Ducati bike. I don't know why we keep on talking about the brand of the bike, but he slammed into a female ophthalmologist, killing her. And there's been a lot of outpouring of sympathy, discussion about whether he should have run off to the monk hood and shaved his head. And also a lot of people saying, well, now it's time. It's now time to do something about the way that Thai people treat zebra crossings. What usually happens at a zebra crossing?
Nothing. People stop to wait to cross the road and pray that some nice soul will stop their car. You could be standing up there for 5 to 10 minutes.
So anyway, Chai, if you'd like to run this video, this was just me randomly walking out to the nearest zebra crossing and pointing the camera at it, and you can see what happens, whereby actually that zebra crossing has an attendant most of the day who will actually try and stop the vehicles to allow people to cross. But you can see here, even though he's got his flag out, people are still moving through the zebra crossing, and one of the pedestrians is actually stuck in the middle when the people on the other side will keep on driving. So that happens quite often. I know when I've been halfway across zebra crossings, the traffic's continued as well. So, yeah, I think they're going to have like a major campaign.
Yes.
If they want to change people's behaviours at these zebra crossings. Because they've been just using them as pretty white lines on the road for 3 or 4 decades, and nothing's really changed. There's been no enforcement.
It's also a change. We need a change in culture. We need to educate people that this is the right thing to do. So the only experience I've ever had regarding zebra crossings is in the Middle East. So in Qatar, in Dubai, if you see someone standing at a zebra crossing, no, even men in Lamborghinis, Range Rover, whatever car you're driving, they go out of their way to stop and they say, please cross the road. And that's how it should be. Imagine your family members or someone, passing away or getting injured, crossing the street. What a
third world thing to happen.
I don't know what to say, but that shouldn't be the case. Be responsible, be considerate, be kind.
And I think another one of the problems is for the traffic approaching the zebra crossing, there's often no signage saying zebra crossing coming up, or there's no lights or anything. So I think it's an infrastructure issue as well. Anyway, just thought we'd update you on zebra crossings.
All right. Tim, now we have 2 things to cover before we get into our main topic today, which is regarding the oil spill of Rayong. Firstly being your apology regarding Cadbury's, as there was public outroar yesterday.
Outrage or uproar?
Uproar, outrage, there were riots on the street. Yes. How dare Tim Newton say that Cadbury's is an Australian brand? How dare you, good sir?
So, the situation and the explanation from me is that for 62 years, I was under the misapprehension that Cadbury's was an Australian brand, and I proudly bought some Cadbury's chocolate yesterday for Australia Day. Now, as people have been very happy to make clear to me, some of them saying, get your facts right, fake news. Cadbury's indeed was originally a British company.
Yeah.
Sad to report, however, that it is no longer a British company. It was bought by initially Kraft, who then separated into a grocery brand and a confectionery or snack food brand, which is called Mondelez. And Mondelez, which has their headquarters in Chicago, is now the owner of the Cadbury's brand. I'm not even sure if Australians own Vegemite anymore. I think these days a lot of these multinationals have been buying and selling different food brands, so you're never quite sure who owns what. But it was an honest mistake. I didn't mean to mislead anybody. Yeah, we sit here and we fire away at all sorts of different topics, and we don't know everything about everything, and sometimes we will get things wrong. The topics we discuss, we try and make sure we've done our homework, but when just random topics come up, we'll get things wrong from time to time.
You should have
Don't
seen,
hate us.
You could feel the disgust in people's voices. How dare you get your facts wrong as a journalist? How do you not know about Cadbury's?
Pete Edwards, I liked your response. He said, even Australia is a British product, Tim.
Yeah, fair enough.
We won't go into that one.
Yes. And a second clarification, I guess, is needed regarding COVID recovery certificates. Now, me, Jet, and Natalie were doing a Thaiger Unfiltered, I believe on Tuesday afternoon. And Scottish Tim, that's what we're going to call him, Scottish Tim.
How would he say his name in Scottish?
Tim? I have no idea.
know.
Anyways, yes, Tim sent an email, and he was outraged at the fact that I believe, I have not confirmed this because it would take me too long, and I just can't be bothered, if I'm being completely honest. But in a 45-minute video, he said, somewhere in that 45-minute video, that we made a comment regarding COVID recovery certificates, and we said the words that COVID recovery certificates are not part of, basically they're not allowed to enter Thailand, something along the lines. You alerted me to this email, and the first thing I said to myself was, what is a COVID recovery certificate?
It means basically if you've had COVID, you've got the antibodies, they will allow you to enter the country, although they still, I think in most cases, require you to be vaccinated.
That's right.
Again, if people are looking to come to Thailand, don't ask us questions. We don't on a daily basis have to go through the Thailand pass and find out how you can get into the Thailand. If you want to come into Thailand, don't rely on asking us. There's adequate information at the Thailand Pass website, and also you should be speaking to your airlines and consulate in your country, because they're the ones that have got the latest information. We do our best to keep up with the news, but we're not the Library of Congress when it comes to the Thailand Pass. But Tim, I mean, he did try through multiple different channels to get this information to us. He was outraged and upset, and he's done his best to make sure we...
Tim, I'm not trolling you. I'm just being honest, as though, like, because I can see that you're slightly upset at the misinformation, but I was thinking to myself, how could I answer a question when I don't even know what it's about? So if I did make a comment on this, I would just like to say, I do not know exactly every document that's required for the Thailand Pass. Please check online, check with your embassy. Do not rely on something that I would say, which I wouldn't. But I'll take your word for it. If I upset you, I apologize.
Well, 10 minutes in the show and we haven't actually done any news yet.
Moving on.
Apologies.
And that's why we have timestamps.
Yes.
So,
you're probably wondering why we've got these watches and all this. We'll explain that later too.
Where did that come from? I didn't even notice. All right, let's get into our main topic today, which is regarding oil spill off Rayong. And Oil Slick is heading to the coast.
Yeah, we'll just try and explain exactly what's going on. First, there's this image, Chai, which shows the Gulf of Thailand. You see Bangkok up there, you've got Pattaya, and then you've got Rayong. And I've done a bit of a quick circle as to where this incident has happened off the coast of Rayong. And it's threatening at the moment the Mare Rampuang beach.
Okay.
And also the island, the very popular island of Koh Samet, which is where a lot of Bangkokians sort of go for their weekends, sort of the nearest island to Bangkok. So this is some 400,000 litres spilt basically on Tuesday, and they've got about another 180 to 200,000 litres, they say at the moment, that they're trying to sort of either disperse or collect. Now, we've run the two pictures showing where it is.
Yes.
We've also got this video from the Royal Thai Navy, and it shows their efforts to try and not only locate but also to mop it up. Some of the videos you can see people with buckets, like just pulling oil out of the sea, and I don't know what they're doing with it, but there's a lot of people now heading towards that particular location. There's the environmental department and the disaster mitigation department. I mean, there's a lot of people now there trying to mitigate this particular oil spill. There was a big one in 2013 in the same area, and it really ruined a lot of the beaches. And as you know, any oil spill takes years to clear up. Poor old Koh Samet, which has just been recently recovering from its own COVID disaster, as far as tourists are concerned, is now really worried that this might make things even worse. So oil spills sort of still in progress off Rayong on the sort of east side of the Gulf of Thailand.
Well, the only experience we've recently had regarding oil slick are those tar balls that Tim and I, shout out to Bob B, always correcting my grammar, Tim and I had gone to Mai Khao Beach and done a video with Michelle from...
You've got a better memory than me.
Mai Khao...
Something group.
Something group.
Environment activists.
Yes, but her name is Michelle. Hardworking lady. She actually took us around Mai Khao Beach and was telling us about the tar balls, and we made a quick video of it. You can actually check that out.
Type in the Thaiger tar balls Phuket. You'll find the video.
Yes, so we'll have to see what the impact will be once it does reach the coast and how damaging it might perhaps be.
Those tar balls down in Phuket, they were really odd because they were sort of like... They're like Vegemite, actually.
No.
Sort of coagulated, semi-plasticine. We're not quite sure how they formed, but the oil spill off Rayong at the moment is very much a sort of a fluid, oil floating on top of the water situation. And they say that it might be hitting the Rayong coast and also Koh Samet by tomorrow morning. So there'd be a lot of work on that today. So we'll try and bring you up to date at thethaiger.com.
Yes, all right. Now, moving on to venues in Phuket selling alcohol must now apply for a new permit. Now, ladies and gentlemen, sharpen your pencils.
This is so confusing.
Alcohol restrictions were reduced from 11 p.m. to 9 p.m. They're now back to 11 p.m. However, due to the pandemic, due to the restrictions, a lot of bars could not operate and sell alcohol. So another option the bars took was to change themselves from being bars to restaurants. So they
sort of a loophole.
Yes, so they could sell alcohol. So for example, if you were a bar and not all of them got proper permits, but they started selling nuggets and French fries, and we are no longer a bar, we are a restaurant.
They might have even served Cadbury's chocolate.
Who knows, yeah.
Whatever it took, to change from being a bar to a restaurant.
Yeah, so that's what a lot of the bars in Phuket did, but now...
And Pattaya as well.
Yes, and Pattaya.
And Bangkok.
That's right. And now the Vice Governor, Kun Pishet Panapong of Phuket, the Phuket Vice Governor, has announced that bars that reopened as these restaurants must now register to get a new permit to sell and allow consumption of alcohol on their premises.
Yeah, so they've got to apply for more paperwork. I'm thinking all these bars in Phuket have got more office staff than they have front bar staff at the moment to try and figure out their way through all this mess. Go on.
Now, these licenses will only be issued to those venues that meet the newest COVID-19 safety measures, with health officials needing to first confirm they're following the Thai Stop COVID 2+, as well as the SHA++ standards.
So, more paperwork.
Yes. Well, of course. Come on, Tim. Yeah.
And then probably next Friday, when they have the next big double CSA meeting, there's going to be some changes. So it's just a real mess. And we're doing our best to try and keep up with these rules. I understand the situation where tourists would be walking down the street thinking, can I go into this bar or not? Do I have to have a test? Do they have to have a test? Is 30% of them tested or 70% vaccinated? It must be so confusing.
The easiest way is to look for the logo. If they have a SHA Plus logo in the front, you're good to go.
That's what they're trying to do, is make sure the bars or restaurants or restaurant bars, whatever they're calling themselves, do have the SHA Plus, which means they've obviously had some sort of perfunctory training in what they're meant to be doing, or even changing things with adequate lighting, ventilation, etc.
And to be fair, these requirements have technically been the rule for months.
Apparently.
Yes, but this new permit would make it official that rules are being followed. So in addition to standards of social distancing, masking, sanitization, all staff must be fully vaccinated and take antigen test once a week as well. So this is just one way of confirming and registering all those bars that are now restaurants. So, you can't troll your way into just calling yourself a restaurant and still operating as a bar.
Can I just very quickly address a comment completely out of context with what we've been talking about?
Sure.
Just came up on my feed from Chris Williamson, who said Philippines is moving from PCR to RAT test. Do you think Thailand will do the same? Let's have a very quick talk about that, because we've currently got some staff here at Thaiger who have had a positive result from a PCR test and are now at home. So, but in the days before, because we've allowed RAT tests for all our staff, they can have one every day for free.
Tests,
ATK test, same as RAT test.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, the RAT is this rapid antigen test. So the ATK is the antigen test kit.
Yes.
Same. So
different.
We're wondering how accurate these ATK tests are.
Yeah.
We don't know if the staff have got the Delta or Omicron. Very, very likely to be Omicron, given the prevalence throughout Thailand and also here in Bangkok. So we're wondering how good these ATK tests that we've got here in the office anyway are at detecting the Omicron variant. So, I'm not sure if these ATK tests are really that useful, even though, of course, they're much quicker to get a result. So that's our own personal Thaiger experience with ATK tests, and hope those staff get better quick. 2 or 3 of them have been pretty sick, like, off work for a week type sick.
Yeah. Well, talking about testing and COVID numbers, Phuket, Dr. Kusak Kiet Gun, apologies for that. The provincial public health chief says Phuket is reporting an average daily caseload of about 500 COVID-19 infections.
That's like big for Phuket.
Yes.
For an island of some 400,000 permanent residents, well, I think it's down to about 350 these days. Yeah. That's a lot of people testing positive.
And
the other statistic,
one quarter is coming from tourists.
25% from people arriving. That's that I think is a surprise to a lot of people.
Yes.
How do they mitigate that?
How do they mitigate that?
These people are coming in, they've tested before they get on the aircraft.
Yes.
They test once they arrive, and if they're in the sandbox, which they have been for the past couple of, nearly a month, then they're having a test, I think, on day 7 before they finish their sandbox quarantine. Mm-hmm. If they're coming in under test and go, they were only having to have a test on the first day when they arrived. So maybe it's all not quite working the way that the Phuket officials wanted.
Yeah. But
the Phuket officials, who in the early days said, once we have more than 90 cases per week, we will close down the sandbox, and now getting up to 500 cases per day. So, obviously a lot of head scratching going on there in the Phuket province.
All right. A quick note before we go after the break. Now, pot smokers have been told to hang on for now. There's been a lot of news, cultivation of cannabis at home. Everyone's getting excited. Yeah, let's grow weed at home. Now, individuals who are planning to privately grow cannabis after the Office of Narcotics Control Board endorsed changes to the rule governing the use and cultivation of marijuana have been told to wait. Everybody calm down, because the new regulation still has some way to go before it comes into effect. It is not actually in effect yet. These are talks. It has not been it hasn't been Royal Gazette confirmed.
Yes. So there's the word, they're throwing the words decriminalisation around. They're throwing the term cannabis in there, marijuana, pot smoking, all sorts of things. So there's a lot of confusion. We've done some pretty accurate articles about this at thetiger.com to make sure we've got the terminology absolutely right. So I think a lot of the comments, not so much the ones here today, but a lot of the people saying, well, how are the police going to know if it's 0.2% THC level or not?
They're going to smoke it on the spot and then
and with some sort of filter, with some sort of special ATK test that's not terribly efficient.
They drug test the marijuana. They probably put some acetone liquid on it and then...
You just made that up.
Yeah, I just made that up.
You could just use a radar gun or something. Oh yes, definitely over 0.2%.
My guess is probably as good as the people who are going to end up testing it.
Or yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's over 0.2%.
Yeah. All right. For now, let's take a quick break, Tim.
It's about half an hour into the show.
Yes. Once we come back from the break, we're going to be talking about the LGBTQ plus people of Bangkok have actually been called in from the Bangkok district to sign unofficial marriage certificates for Valentine's Day.
Ridiculous.
Yes, you heard that right. Unofficial marriage certificates this Valentine's Day. More on that coming up after the break.
Find the coffee roast you love most. Coffee Culture delivers Thai coffee online. Whole beans or pre-ground delivered to your doorstep in Thailand. Go to coffeeculture.asia and get coffee you love delivered to your doorstep.
And welcome back. You're watching Good Morning Thailand. This is Tim. I'm Jay. I think Bob B will be very proud of me. I've really tried to improve my grammar for today's episode. This one's for you, Bob B.
Bob, okay. Is one of the grammar Nazis.
Yes.
What's with the outfit today? You sort of dressed down a bit.
Have I?
Well, this your dressing up, is it?
No, I just thought it was casual Thursdays.
Just because you're wearing fancy, expensive glasses doesn't mean you don't have to dress up for our viewers.
Well,
they expect more.
This is casual Thursday so that Fridays have a little more of a oomph to it.
With a lumberjack?
Yes.
So your casual Thursdays, lumberjack Fridays, you're basically renaming every day to suit your appalling wardrobe tastes.
What do you mean? It's a movement. And it's taking effect. All right, let's address the elephant in the room, and it's not me. Don't you dare, I knew you were going there. Thaiger merchandise.
Ah, yes.
Thaiger cups. They're finally here, ladies and gentlemen. What you've been asking for, you can, starting today, order Thaiger t-shirts, Thaiger polo shirts. Okay.
Thaiger bags.
Thaiger tote bags. Look at that. It's got a scratch at the back. It's got the Thaiger logo in the front. It's hip. It's cool. Buy it for yourself. Buy it for your wife. Buying groceries. Buy it for someone to throw it at them.
Just buy it, basically. Yeah. So this is a bit of a soft launch.
Yes.
And this is really, you are going to be our guinea pigs.
That's right.
This is the very first launch of our Thaiger merchandise. To find it all, you go to thetiger.com / not to be confused with the slash there, / shop. It's the Thaiger shop. So you go to thetiger.com / shop, soft launch, and we've got some discounts on our merchandise.
That's right.
We're also launching a range of luxury goods that we've partnered with. The brand is called Vanderbilt New York.
That's right.
And we have an exclusive online shop with the Vanderbilt luxury merchandise, which includes these magnificent watches.
Yes.
Not those glasses.
Not those glasses. These magnificent watches and these glasses.
An interesting thing about
it's so cool.
these glasses is they've
actually pretty good.
partly been designed specifically for Asian noses. Because Asian noses are a little bit different from Caucasian noses. Still fits perfectly on a big fat nose like mine, but they are actually designed especially to fit on Asian noses. Very nice range of glasses, but the whole range is there at thetiger.com / shop.
Look at this pen.
The pens are pretty Gucci. Well, they're Gucci's, they're not Gucci, they're Vanderbilt.
Oh, okay, there we go.
But I'm using the term generally.
Very nice. Nice weight to it. I feel important.
It'll make, when you're writing your first novel,
Yes.
you could write it with a Vanderbilt pen.
That's right.
It was a dark and stormy night.
It was a dark and stormy night while I
Right.
was filming you
Anyway, that's the merchandise. We're not going to flog it mercilessly.
every day, but every other day.
Every second day we will,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. So anyone who's been asking for cups, for bags, for T-shirts, for polo shirts, you can find all the merchandise on the site and order away, good sirs. And also these Thaiger paintings.
Oh, the Thaiger painting. We actually are waiting for those to arrive,
That's
and they're
right.
going to be hand signed by all the Thaiger presenters.
That's right.
So they could be worth hundreds apart in 20 years.
Yes.
No, they could be.
And you can berate Jet on Thailand News Today this evening to force him to fly from Chiang Mai to Bangkok so he can sign 100 of these.
Yeah, they'll keep him busy.
Yeah.
Does he probably just signs with an X?
Probably,
He
yeah.
can't really write.
Yeah. Too much time spent on the
He doesn't know
hand.
how to spell Jet.
Yeah.
There's no COD, by the way. It's credit card, debit card, or bank deposit at the moment. As I said, this is a soft launch of the Thaiger shop. More later. We're not going to bother you too much about it. But just wanted you to know. Somebody's suggesting we should have Thaiger condoms.
Oh.
Where would you put the logo?
You don't-
And what about the
No,
scratches?
the logo is just on the wrapper. You don't put the logo on the condom.
Oh, okay. I'm not really sure how they work.
It's got tiger print condoms. Okay, moving off that topic
Right.
quickly. Just a quick shout out to Faisal Khan. Thank you for being a Thaiger legend and supporting the channel. We appreciate you.
Yes, we might have some exciting news coming for our Thaiger members, our legends and cubs.
Yes.
Something we're working on. We're also going to, when we get everything sorted out on the website, we're going to have a 10% discount for Thaiger members for all our merchandise and Vanderbilt accessories.
Yes. You wanted to give a quick shout out to a man called
Oh.
Cam.
Yes. Now, I went down to have a very quick breakfast this morning. What's the restaurant called?
Kawaii.
They're not sponsors or anything, but they're the sort of become our de facto cafe downstairs. And a man barreled me up in the corner and said, "Oh, you're Tim from the Thaiger," and sat down and told me all about. He's from Australia. He's now working here in Thailand in the same building as we are.
Did he have a big Australia day yesterday?
Oh, I didn't ask him about that.
I thought that's something you guys talk about.
But he started with "G'day, mate," and I thought, from Australia.
Makes sense.
Hi,
All right.
Cam. Thank you for saying hello.
And lastly, of course, Coffee Culture, our amazing sponsor who has helped us come this far. Thank you to Coffee Culture. You can buy ground coffee from all across Thailand with different beans and different coffee makers at coffeeculture.asia. All right, moving on now. The Bangkok district. Good old Bangkok district has invited LGBTQ plus members to sign unofficial marriage certificates this Valentine's Day because, well, I don't really know why.
Well, at the moment in Thailand, same-sex marriage is not legal. It's not covered under the Marriage Act. So there's been a lot of talk about perhaps codifying partnerships with some sort of civil ceremony for people who are GBLTIQ. The plus just means anybody else who considers themselves not normative.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. Very confusing topic in itself. But for these Bangkok buffoons, the municipalities thinks it's a good idea. They come on down, come and have a pretend ceremony. We'll give you a pretend certificate to say that you're married on Valentine's Day, and then you can walk out having absolutely changed nothing with no legal rights and just making us look good.
Well,
That's what it seems to be to me.
Well, Bang Khun Thien district in Bangkok was the district that actually invited all these members. However, the district's official Facebook page seems to have taken down the post advertising the event.
Well, it probably wasn't that well thought out. I mean, I know they're probably meaning well.
Yes,
They're trying
of course,
to
Of course, they intended well.
sort of moving forward with the whole LGBTIQ plus agenda and the same-sex marriage agenda here in Thailand. It's something that the Thai Parliament have been discussing, but there's been sort of, I suppose, in their eyes anyway, more pressing issues to attend to. But I think it's something that people would think Thailand would have same-sex marriage, but no, it doesn't. Not yet.
Yeah. The That's right. In Thailand, many couples flock to the government offices on Valentine's Day to get married, especially at the Bang Rak district. Now, do you know what Bang Rak means?
Ban rak.
So I'll tell you, Bang Rak. So Bang, let's say for example, is district. What does Rak mean?
It's something to do. There are quite a few political parties with rak in their name.
That's right.
So I'm thinking it's something to do with politics or government or.
No, it means love.
Really?
Yes, so Bang Rak is the district of love, and that is where most people actually go to the district of love on Valentine's Day to get legally married.
That's lovely.
Yes.
So yeah, they've tried to do something nice for the rainbow flag wavers, but it doesn't look like it's been that well thought out.
They intended to emphasize gender diversity and equality in Thailand, inviting all couples to sign a certificate. It just won't be official. I think I don't really know how to go about this. I want to be respectful because just because I don't understand doesn't mean I can't be respectful, you know. They are, in a way, they don't have any LGBTQ plus members in Thailand. They don't have any rights when they want to get married, and they can't be officially recognized with their partners. So I guess something is better than nothing. That's the only way I can look at it. And maybe if it just makes you feel accepted and loved for a day, you know. At least someone's doing something, right?
Tech symbol says, not that there's anything wrong with that, which if you watched one of the Seinfeld episodes, you'd know what he's going on about.
Oh, okay.
Don't do it. You'll end up being America, says Confucius says. Well, I think they have same-sex marriage in a lot of different countries, not just the United States.
Yes. All right, moving on to our last topic today, a quick topic, which is about blue and purple MRT lines testing contactless payment from Saturday. Now, starting Saturday...
This wasn't on my list.
It wasn't, yes. But starting Saturday, the blue and purple MRT lines, which is the metro underground train, they will be testing contactless payment. So people will be able to use their Visa and MasterCard to pay.
What about these things? When you said contactless, I was thinking
Yes.
I'm going to walk up there with my phone and go, "Teep." But no.
No, provided their cards have tap-to-pay contactless technology in them. So you need to have the new hip Master and Visa cards, which I'm pretty sure yours is not.
No, mine's got the covering up my name thing here. I've got the what do you call that? The magnetic something chip in there.
Cool. Is
Well,
that what the cool kids are getting these
Well,
days?
isn't it? That means that it's me. I can touch and go.
I have no idea.
There's nothing to do with test and go, please.
I think it's a good thing that they're trying contactless payment. It's been a while. They should have done this a long time ago. However, I was considering, what about the people who can't even get credit cards? This is for specific people. Like, if you're a foreigner here as a tourist, why would you want to use your credit card? It's going to charge
Well,
you in baht.
If you're a foreigner, it's pretty hard to get a credit card anyway.
That too.
You can get a debit card, which mine's a debit card. But most banks don't give foreigners credit cards no matter how long they've been here.
If you don't have a work permit, good luck trying to get a savings account in any bank. If you do have a work permit, get a savings account, and then to get a credit card is another thing. You'd think that they just give away credit cards for free. I believe it's very easy to get credit cards in America, so I've heard.
A question to our viewers out there. One thing we have here in Thailand that's become sort of ubiquitous
Yes.
is this QR code thing where you go to buy a coffee
Yes.
anywhere, even on a street vendor, and they generate a QR code on their phone, and you point your camera at it, and it reads it and tells you how much it is, and then you press the button and go pay.
Yeah.
And it happens in seconds.
I did that for my motorbike taxi today.
There you go.
I got on my motorbike, he dropped me, he just showed me his code, scan, done.
So I would do this 9 times out of 10 transactions for everything from phone bills to electric bills to the breakfast I had this morning,
Yeah.
which was avocado and poached eggs.
Yes.
To grab taxi.
Yeah.
Grab taxi. You just live 5 minutes walk away.
No, it's a motorbike. There's too much. There's too many people. It's too crowded.
You take a motorbike taxi to work every day.
Not every day.
You literally
the
live
days that
next-
I'm running late.
which is every day. You literally live next door.
Yes.
You should be ashamed of
Stop
yourself.
judging me. I have my reasons. PG Santa says credit cards offer better protection than. Credit cards offer better protection than debit, Jay. You're absolutely correct, PG Santa. There are many more benefits to using credit. If I ever had a kid, I would never ask them to use debit cards. Use your credit cards, build your own credit. It's only going to be useful for you in the future.
Stinky says, what's next? Bar girls wearing QR codes.
Yeah. But Thailand's obsessed with cash. And a lot of establishments don't actually allow you to use credit cards, and they even charge you up to 3% because you're paying with a credit card.
So interested if people tell us where they're from and if they have this QR code technology, because it's like ubiquitous in Thailand, and it's happened in, 4 or 5 months? Just like that.
Yeah.
What are you going to say?
Stinky says, cash is king, so is analog.
Okay.
I think it was a joke. I liked it.
Okay.
All right.
Why is it that most nobody uses...
Wait. I apologize for interrupting you, good sir. Apologies. However, we're going to take another quick break.
Oh, right.
Once we come back from the break, we're going to be addressing all your questions. So if you do have any questions regarding any of the topics that we've spoken about today, however, most of you don't care about them and just ask us other questions anyways, which is also great.
Cheers.
So we'll be back right after this break.
No more about Cadbury's.
Isn't it time for you to come back to the islands? Phuket is open and it's never looked better. Choose your trip to your favourite island with 5-Star Marine. Go to 5starmarinephuket.com.
Welcome back to Good Morning Thailand. I'm Jay. This is Tim.
When Chai says, camera on Jay, and then you start speaking, I'm thinking, they're going to hear that.
No,
or you say it just before you press the button.
Yeah, he's got his hands on the mute button.
He's got it all sorted out.
Yeah.
Nice shirt, by the way.
Yes. Chugsy says, give him a break. Easy to break a sweat in Bangkok, walking a few blocks. Thank you, Chugsy.
I'm really impressed with this QR thing, because I don't believe there's any charge to the vendor, or like it's there's no like percentage, there's no commission when you do this contactless QR code payment.
Yeah.
Very impressed with it. It's just like happened so quickly, and I just use it for paying just about everything now. California, QR codes are taking over. It's hard to find a menu anymore. You almost need a cell phone to order food. Oh, this isn't a QR code to get the menu or information or anything. This is they show you a QR code and you point your phone at it, and then you pay or confirm, and it just pays the bill, like that.
Okay, can I quickly talk about this? I'm getting a lot of comments saying, D-Man says, are you seriously advocating people increase reliance on debt? Really? Bad advice. Damien Jesser says, never use credit cards, but yes, cash is king, or use debit card, only spend what you can. If you use a credit card and pay on time, why would using credit card be worse than using debit card?
Well, because if you don't pay your bill by the end of the month...
If you don't pay your bill by the end of the month.
Sure.
Now,
Look, I think for some people, a bit like gambling, credit cards can be a bit of a trap.
Oh, yes.
If they're misused.
Yes.
So if you're responsible with a credit card and you use it for the convenience, and you're happy to pay the 2 or 3% commission, then that's a fine product for you.
But
we're not advocating
yeah.
people go into debt.
Yes,
of course we don't.
Everybody has their own opinion on different things. A lot of credit card companies don't actually charge any commission. You could get a Citibank card here for 0%. And you could just build up your credit.
Is that a credit card?
Yeah.
But how can you have a credit card that's not charging you interest if you don't pay?
If you pay it on time.
Oh, if you pay it on time. Okay, good.
This is all if you don't pay it on time. But if you're a responsible adult who has control of their own finances and can
I still think
make
a lot
good
of banks
decisions.
do charge you a commission for when you use the convenience of the credit card.
Yeah.
But look, the whole fintech industry is changing very quickly.
Yeah.
We've got a new sponsor called D-Money.
That's right.
dmoney.com, and they're like really shaking up the fintech industry here in Thailand. More about that in coming weeks too.
Yeah. Tyrone, last question about the credit card. Tyrone's Kitchen says credit cards can offer great cash back if you pay on time. That's exactly what I was referring to, Tyrone. I think you've said it in a better way than I could. I think there are much more perks if you can be responsible and control your urges.
Adam asked the question, what app does Thailand use for QR codes? Well, the situation is your bank will have the QR code as part of its app. So any of the banks now in Thailand have these have full apps, and they all have this pay by QR code, and it's instantaneous. And you also use it if you want to get cash from your ATM. You can use your QR code from your phone, also on the same app, to get cash out of your ATM without having to use your card. Things are changing really quickly.
We're very far away in Thailand from using credit cards for anything. It's not a normal thing. It's almost frowned upon.
Well, yes, yeah, you're right. I don't see. I haven't paid for anything on a credit card in Thailand for like 4 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mainly because they wouldn't give me one. I used my debit card instead. Okay, what else we got? You can't buy anything because it asks you to select shipping method. No choices. Because it asks you to select shipping method.
You can't buy anything because it asks you to select shipping method. No choices.
I think you can. Yes, the shipping method, there's options we've got for local, and then you've got for overseas. And it's either for one item or up to 5 items. We've got shipping choices. But as I said, soft launch, and we will check all these problems that you might be having, because it's only really in a real life situation that you can really test these sort of checkout things. So we'll check all this stuff. If you're having problems buying something, then we'll make sure that's fixed up ASAP.
Okay. Ian Anywhere says, will there be a coupon for discount at AdLib when you guys do your show there? Excellent question, Ian Anywhere, and I will update you on this very shortly.
Well, we're there next Tuesday.
That's right.
Yeah.
We are... I thought I'd take this moment to flog AdLib. But yes, next Tuesday, we will be doing Good Morning Thailand from AdLib Hotel, which is in Soi 11. So if you are, you can come and have breakfast with us. Come say hello.
It's about 4 soys down from here.
That's right.
We should be able to see
Ian
them.
Anywhere, I will update you on the code. Most probably, there should be one. But I will update you on that very soon.
Adam says China skipped the credit card stage and went straight to QR codes. Seems to me, just going through here, that these QR code payments from banks are sort of a bit of an Asian thing. Am I right with that? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it started with like WeChat and stuff.
Okay.
China has been doing this for years.
Yes, I know. There's sort of WeChat is like a everything app.
Yes.
And
you use it literally for everything.
Yeah, as long as you walk around with your phone with WeChat, you can sort of book hotels and pay for things, and yeah, it's sort of a one app does everything in China. Yeah. Probably all tracked, and all the information's going to the Communist Party to be used against its citizens.
Okay, and on that note, we shall end the show right there. Thank you everyone for watching the show. 413 people, if you could please click the like button if you're enjoying the show. Only if you're enjoying the show. I'm not going to force you.
No. Like the button even if you don't like the show.
Okay, like the button for Tim, because he's a bully. All right, thank you everyone. We hope you have a great day. We will see you tomorrow for Lumberjack Fridays, and also at AdLib Hotel if you're going to come and join us next week. As for now, it's goodbye from me. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, viewer.
And thank you, Shai. First, he's getting better and better at doing live all by himself. He's been Jason's protege, shall I say.
So what happened to Num? We had Num for a couple of weeks.
Yes, they swap in between.
Oh, okay.
Num and Shai.
Very complicated.
That's right.
Chai's rocking the shirt, though, today.
He is. So thank you, everyone. We hope you have a great day, and goodbye.